Okay, this video is for my friend Matt, who's laid up in the hospital. And I've been thinking about a request that he's had, and I'm going to do another gut hook arrowhead type video. So I was looking at this. This is from the reverse indirect percussion video part 1, and I blew off the barb. But it got me thinking, the best place, I think, after thinking about it for a while, is right here where a notch would be. And then as it wears down, you do lose a lot of this edge, because you're going to have to resharpen that gut hook occasionally, at least. You'll lose the top, well, this half here, but you can still retain this lower half as a blade. But if you start it out as a notch, it gives you a lot of meat to play with in here, so you can use it for a while. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the gut hook in here, right? I'm going to deepen that notch. And now the gut hook has certain properties. This edge has to be dull, because that's in contact with the guts. What you want to do is slice the skin open without slicing the guts open. So I've got to dull this side here. All right. I gotta dull that side and then install a gut hook notch, and then I'll sharpen the rest of the blade, and then I'll haft it. I got a haft that I made today, a little foreshaft. I'll just stick it in there and just haft it with string, not permanently, but you know, just to give everyone an idea what we're dealing with. Let's see. I'm going to dull this here just because I don't want any sharp edges. Yeah, I can tidy things up a little bit on this point. It's too quiet. I don't have the fan going. I'm used to having the fan on, but I decided to turn it off, and now it's too quiet. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting sweaty too. Already sweating thinking about this. Now this is a heat treat. Yeah. So it naps pretty good. But if I'm not comfortable while napping, things go wrong. They go haywire. Sometimes. Don't want to take that chance. Alright, so let's get to installing that gut hook. I was thinking about all different kinds of ways, even gluing a flake onto the top here, somehow gluing another piece on there so you can just remove it when it gets dull and stick it back on when you need another one. Yeah, you can just glue a little gut hook on the blade itself. Just nap a little U-shaped piece and just glue it on there. You know, with hot melt, and then when you need to remove it, just heat it up and take it off. Put another one on, or you can resharpen the second piece. I might do a one like that, but it just seems unnecessarily complicated. But if you just add a curved, or like, I don't know, a V-shaped flake that you napped into a gut hook onto a blade, you can add it to any blade you want if you just glue it on there. So even though it's kind of complicated, it might be a versatile thing. Was it done back in the day? Probably not. It's just one of those fancy gadgets. So all I'm doing is I'm going to dull this edge. So I'm just making short flakes. Might as well straighten out the edge while I'm doing this. I don't know, maybe take off a thick spot or two. But then that makes the edge thin. Well, I think I can take off a thick spot or two and not worry about thinning the edge accidentally. Let's see. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, this is the gut hook area, so I don't want to mess that up. Took a few tries. I didn't want to use too much force there. I don't want it too thick or too thin. And the more consistent it is now, the less you have to do later. Right? As that gut hook travels down as you resharpen. If it's consistent, you know, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, let's see. Now I just continue making short flakes to thicken up this side or this edge. Come on. Yeah, this is some of that eBay heat treat. I'm going to wrap that series up probably the next video. I took some notes. I got the last heat treat in there right now, and it's going to come out tomorrow, so I'll probably finish it up tomorrow. That series. Come on. Steel is a little bit slippery. It doesn't grab the edge like copper does. I still like it. I still like steel, even though the advantages are mainly in just the maintenance. There's no real advantage to steel other than the maintenance and the ability to put a lot of force into the tough rocks. It'll blast through almost anything. So I guess there's two advantages to steel, but that's it. It'll blast through tough areas and tough rocks. It's okay for notching. But you know, copper is best for everything. Aluminum is good for stuff that you would normally use antler for, which is everything, right? If you get too technical about it, that means everything. No, it doesn't mean everything. I'm not really making that edge. I'm not making that edge thick. I'm kind of keeping it thin, but I'm trying to get into the habit of not making mistakes like this. But it's not possible. It's not possible. Alright, when am I going to thicken this up? I don't know. If I keep looking at the edge, if I keep looking at it this way, I'm trying to thin it. I should just look at it this way. Yeah. It'd be a better idea. That way I'm not looking at it, so I don't try to thin it down. I don't try to do flakes that are too long and then step fracture. I'm not even going to look at it. How do I do my knives? Like for the auction and stuff? Like this. I don't go by my own advice, or I don't. A lot of times I don't even follow my own habits. Yeah. In case you don't know, when I make a knife, a modern looking knife out of stone, I'll make the back less thin than the front. I don't know if they call it the front or back, but the back of the blade is less thin than the cutting edge, the main cutting edge. So I think I can whittle it down a little bit more to get it thicker. The thicker the better on the edge, that way it's dull. When you grind it, it's really dull. It has no chance of cutting into the guts. Should I have done this before? I mean, after I do the gut hook, because the gut hook's kind of a delicate procedure. Should have as much meat on there as possible for the delicate procedure. Yeah, probably. People that are watching that don't know what's going on, they're going, well, I tuned in for the gut hook notch and all you're doing is edge. You know, there's a little red dot down there. You just put your finger on it or whatever and you scroll it until you see what you want. You just keep going. Sometimes it'll pop up a little row of thumbnails. You can actually see what's going on in the video. Just put your finger on that dot and move it to where you can see what you want to see, instead of fussing. Alright. This is where it gets delicate, because I'm just going by what I think a gut hook should look like I've only used it a few times. When I go fishing, I don't care. I mean, I go mostly fishing. Yeah, you gut fish, but it's so much easier than gutting a deer. I have gutted a deer, but I didn't use a gut hook. I've gutted or self butchered all by myself two different times. Neither time did I use a gut hook or anything like that. Okay, so it's got to be sharp, right? It's got to be sharp in this area, but not sharp here or up here. I gotta round this. I gotta round this all the way around there, and then into the notch a little bit, and then it gets sharp. And then I gotta dull this part here a little bit more. I don't have to dull that part, but this part up here, yes. So the best way to get it sharp, I think, is just to bevel it. Yeah. It's kind of sharp now, but you want a thin edge, and the best way to do that when you got a thick workpiece is just to bevel it. Now, that's the tricky part, is to get the edge just right for beveling. How do you do it? Very carefully. I don't know what to tell you. Just very carefully. And with some of these almost worn out abraders that get really thin, and you can get in there and grind it. Yes, I will be grinding. So you can push off some good flakes to bevel it. And besides, I need to get this dull right here. This part right here. And this part up here. This cannot be sharp at all. This whole edge. You're going to waste it all because it can't be sharp. But it's okay, because you blast off one of the barbs, you could just make a gut hook. Yeah. Problem solved. You saw it here, folks. Problem solved. You blow off a barb, just make it turn it into a gut hook. And just dull that whole side, yeah. Don't need it anyway. Stupid side. It's a bad luck side, stupid side. Alright. Let's see, can I use a little... Let's try using a pointy pressure flaker to bevel it. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Get premature flakeration. That's not too bad. Scooped it out too much though. But I like the thin, long, thin tip because it gets in there. Of course you can't see because everything is tan color. And I can never keep that black dye on the pad. It always fades quickly. You would think that being leather dye would dye, or it would penetrate better into the leather, but no. So sorry. I'm going to try to get that little remnant out of there. It's all crunchy in there. It's supposed to be nice and smooth. Do I have a piece of leather to try it on? Leather glove, I suppose. It's probably not going to work all that great. Let's try one more time. I'll make that notch a little deeper so that way I can try one more time with the beveling. Yeah, I don't know. Be kind of nice just to do one pop out and just leave it. Just do one big pop out, and that might make it sharp enough that I don't have to mess with it. Yeah, step fracture right there. What's up with that? Let's see. Yeah, I should have started with a thinner workpiece. Let's see if I can pop that one out. Pop the bottom of that notch out and just leave it. Maybe it'll be a clean break. See what I mean? But it didn't pop enough of the edge away. Let's try another pop out. Right there. And another one. How about another one? Since those worked so well, can we do 3 in a row? Did you see the first 2, or was it out of frame? Come on, you can do it. There it is. Pop it right out of there. I suppose now I can go in there and clean it up. Yeah, all right, let's see. And then I'll try it on a glove. On one of the gloves I have that are worn out. See if it'll cut. All right. Where's the worn out glove? I just found one today. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, let's see. Let's try the old slice of root. Is it gonna work? Yeah, it kind of does. Let's see. Let's try some on a better area. Make a hole first. Come on. I know you can do it. It should be sharp. Yeah, it feels sharp. Okay. It's not sharp enough. Dang it. It's not going to be sharp enough to gut hook this glove. It's not going to do it. Not even the scissors. The leather's not that great. Let's see. And if I pull on it, it's not slicing. Yeah, it's not doing it. I mean, it does it slowly. Gotta work it. That's not good. It's gotta be razor sharp like a box cutter. Can't be working it like this. But at least it works a little bit. Let's compare it to just a regular flake. I got a box of flakes over here. Yeah, let's just compare it to just a flake. It's gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. Okay. The gloves are too good. I still wear them out though. Where is it sharp? It feels sharp everywhere. It's not doing it. Where's a good flake? Give me a tiny one. Just hold on, boys and girls. This is not going as planned because it doesn't always match the thought experiment. Reality is not always lined up with the thought experiment. can't grip the flake. Oh, it's getting there. Yeah, it's not the same as a living animal, right? Oh, finally? Dang it. Maybe this isn't too bad after all. Those were razor sharp flakes, supposedly. Yeah, you gotta kind of work it, but it does it. Yeah, it probably does it just like a flake does it. Yeah, those are sharp edges, aren't they? Should be. Anyway, not as sharp as it could be, but it's working. It is working a little bit. Well, let me finish it out and then we'll call it good. That was not a good demonstration. I was hoping for a little bit better result than that. Since that glove wears out so fast when I'm flint knapping, I figured that'd be easy. Be easy to slice that glove. No, of course not. Stupid chert. It's the chert, right? It's this chert stuff. It's not like Obsidian. Maybe you should make only Obsidian gut hooks. Yeah. Maybe that'd be the smarter thing to do. But I had this sitting there, just wanted to be something, so I said, yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks for the idea. But no. It had to be difficult. There'll be plenty of people in the comment section saying, oh, you should have done it this way or that way or this way or that way. Get yourself a real hide. You know, skin something right now and then do it. Or not skin something right now. Get your animal out of the refrigerator and do it. Yeah. I could buy a whole goat. Yeah. They got farmers out here that'll just sell you the whole thing. The whole carcass. Maybe I should do that, but it's going to be over last time I looked, it was like $160 at minimum for a goat. The whole goat. That was years ago, so it's probably like 200 or more. I'm not going to spend that kind of money just for one video, and it's not going to last for more than that, and I don't want to be chopping on that carcass with a bunch of stone tools and ruining the meat with a bunch of chips, little bitty chips flying off into the meat. Heck with that. Yeah. What did they do back in the day? What about the chips back in the day? Life was hard. Yes. Once in a while you choke on a chip. Yeah. What choice do you have? Not much. Life was hard. But today, we don't have to deal with that. We got options. Yep. We don't have to worry about choking on chips. All right. Yeah, some might say, just take one for the team, man. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, do it so we can see it. That's what a lot of you are going to say. That's what a lot of you are going to say. Want to see it. Not just in the mind's eye. Yeah, not just like a thought experiment, like you're always complaining about. Yeah, I'm always complaining about thought experiments. I want to see the real thing. How many chips actually end up in the meat? I wonder. I wonder if they're of any significant size. I'm just saying. I mean, I wouldn't want to risk it. With my luck, I get a chip stuck in my tooth and crack it. Yeah. You know, it's stuck between my teeth, and I bite down on a rock chip between my teeth, and just crack one of the teeth, just like that. No, thank you. I don't take that kind of stuff for the team. No. No. Bloody fingers, embarrassing failures, little tasks that don't work out right. Yeah, I'll take those for the team. Alright. Let's sharpen this up. It's still not good. I still want it to be thinner, but oh well. I might do another percussion flake. Hold on. Another couple of percussion flakes. How's that? I need that edge to be thinner. Let's get out the big guns. 3/8 inch. There you go. That's better. Step fracturing it. See, I'm step fracturing it. But it's getting thinner. This is supposed to be a gut hook notching video, not a thinning video. Right? I know. Oh well. It's not a symmetry video either, okay? There's no symmetry here. And I don't want there to be. This is a dual purpose point. That means it's got dual symmetry. Whatever that means. Am I talking loud enough? No? I know I am not. I'm trying to focus. Whenever I try to focus, I lose my loudness of speaking. Yeah. When I'm doing videos and I'm speaking loud enough so that it's reasonably audible, I feel like I'm yelling. When I'm in the zone flint-knapping and being very intent on being careful and all that, when I speak loudly, I feel like I'm yelling. Yeah. Just try yelling and doing something intricate at the same time. Something very carefully done while yelling your head off, so to speak. That's what it seems like. And seems is half of reality. Okay. This stuff doesn't get sharp. I noticed it doesn't get that sharp. Yeah. That's my excuse for not being able to cut through that glove. Not easily, anyway. Besides, it's all bunched up. I didn't have it in a good situation to be cut. I just have it all kind of crinkled up, and it's kind of sharp. Come on, you're making it dull. The leather glove is making it dull. Yeah, it dulled it. Yeah, it dulled it. So no, I don't know. So you got to be able to open up the hide at least with one side of the blade, and then stick the gut hook in there and just zip it open. But if you can't do anything because it's not sharp enough, then this stuff is not good for knives. It's only good for the projectile points, because it's just a one-shot deal when it's a projectile point. Yeah. It doesn't get that sharp. That's interesting. Normally I wouldn't worry too much about that, but this, it doesn't seem like it's getting sharp. Not that sharp. I'm going to try running another pass of flakes. See if I can sharpen it up better. Start where it's abraded. I'm already crushing it. I'm already crushing the edge. See that? Right there, I just crunched it. That's not going to be sharp. Let's see if we can do this again. Get some fresh steel exposed. All right. Maybe it'll grip better and I'll have better result. Start down here. Yeah, seems to be okay. No. Yes. Come on. still crushes in that little crunchy zone right there. Yeah, that's what that is. I gotta push extra super hard in there, or else it'll step fracture. Yeah. It's thinning down a little bit. I really gotta torture that edge to get it so it doesn't crush. But look at that. It's all uneven. Okay. The joys of working with eBay stone. It does work, but not that great. This is what I started out with. In case you didn't know, back in the day when I first started knapping, and I thought this stuff was excellent stone. Oh yes, because it was able to be chipped. If it's able to be chipped, it's excellent. That's what I thought. Seriously. And heat treating, I thought if it can be heat treated and it works, it's a 10 out of 10. Yep. Little did I know. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Oh yes. Just a little bit. A little bit of sarcasm and understatement there. Alright, so it's turning into mostly just sharpening. Trying to pick this edge so it feels sharp. At least it will cut the leather in the glove, but it's more like a sawtooth effect that I'm getting. There's a lot of crunchy areas. It's good enough. All right, let's stick it on a stick. Stick it on a stick. Yeah, eventually I'm going to do a bunch of videos with rock to point to haft to shoot it at something or test it on something. Yeah, rock to point to haft to shoot or to test. Yeah, normally there'd be glue in there. Okay, so use your imagination, just like you learn to do when you're watching Sesame Street. For those of us that are old enough to remember. The real Sesame Street, not the new stuff. Yeah, Sesame Street BE, before Elmo. Yeah. What a disaster that is. Excuse me, pardon me, some of you don't think it's a disaster. I apologize, but no, can't do it. It's like Star Wars before Jar Jar. Yeah. Who is this? What is this material, you might ask? This is bowstring material. It's like B50 or Fast Flight or something like that. I know it's two different things entirely. It's more like a Fast Flight. But I ruined part of the spool like a dummy. It got frayed. I had it stored with some sharp stuff, so I didn't take precautions and it got all frayed. So I had to take the top layer of the cord off the spool, and now I got cord to do stuff with. Yeah. It's not a total loss. Yeah, it really does need glue for sure. It's not gonna look good. Let's do this. Let's just do it like a tourist shop would do it. It really does need glue in there to keep it straight. Oh, let's see. I don't like it. I should put glue in there. But then it takes time to heat that stuff up. I didn't plug in the glue gun. Because it's going, instead of staying straight like this, it's going zip like that when I'm tightening it down. So I need glue in there to fill that gap on that side. We'll just make doo-doo with what we got. What happened? I ran out of cord. Always running out of cord. All right. I gotta sneak it under somehow to finish this off. Just cheat. Come on. It is the fast flight stuff because it doesn't cut with scissors. Oh, where's my good ones? This is my... That's my school supply scissors. Where's my really good ones? I can never find my good scissors. There it is. Fast flight is like Kevlar or some really difficult material to cut. All right. There it is. I wore it down. Anyway. Yeah, I did a tourist shop hafting just to get it done. Normally I'd go up over the top of the wood and there'd be glue and all that stuff. Let's see, is it centered? It's good enough. So yeah, that's what I would do. With a gut hook, I would make it one side asymmetrical and treat it like a notch. Yep. And then dull this side completely so it doesn't cut the guts. And in a perfect world, that would be sharp enough just to zip it open. But as you can see, with this thickness, it didn't cut very well. And with this stone that doesn't sharpen very well, I was not able to do a good job on the glove. Wherever it went, I don't know where it went. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, and I would have most of my knives like this. I don't know if they made them like this back in the day. Well, there's a lot of them that don't have this foreshaft looking thing, or the foreshaft thing going on. It would be just a straight piece of wood cut off. But I think it'd be more useful if you could stick it on the end of a spear or a little dart, just in case. Yeah, just in case someone's trying to get away with your next meal that you were gonna gut. They start taking off with it. Just stick it on the end of that little dart. Get them. Yep. So that's what I would do. This is what I would do for gut hooks. Final answer. Except it would be thinner, sharper, and probably obsidian. Yeah. Or high grade chert or flint. But that's what I would do. All right. Thumbnail. And that's it.